It's been a while since we did a little work it task. I think so long ago that you guys forget that that's how we start our calls. And don't worry, I will still get us out of here in 26 minutes or less. So you guys have about 3 minutes right now, and I will type these in the chat what I want you to do. But I want you to message. I can't find the mute all button on. Jess, I'm going to make you the co-host so that you can maybe help me mute some people. I told you I'm on Ryan's computer and I feel like Zoom newbie over here trying to find where everything is. So if you hear people, you can feel free to help me mute. But you guys have a few minutes. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to message someone that you know likes XM, or maybe someone new that you would love to introduce them to the Moringa products, and just say, hey, quick heads up, some of my favorite, and list what it is. Like my favorite super mix, my favorite XM is on promotion right now, 10% off. I'm stocking up. Let me know if you have questions about this, or you should totally try it in your next order. I want you to do one Moringa post, okay? When you guys are done with this, I want you to type 1, 2, 3, okay? Number 2 is I want you guys to tell people about the free shipping promotion. And I'm going to make sure that you guys know that, but it's free shipping when someone spends $200. Again, this is new and existing, okay? So a lot of times, like our existing customers are like, everything's for new, blah, blah, blah. We get that. So I want you to message someone maybe who hasn't ordered in a while and just be like, yo, free shipping in the next couple days, like time to stock up. I don't want you to miss it. Okay. So your first task is about Moringa. Second task is about shipping. Then the third, you guys, it's 15% off if someone spends $200 or more for new. Our preferred customer pricing is 25% off. You add 15 to that, ding-a-ling-a-ling, 40% off retail. People are jumping out of their sleep for this because they see 40%. That sounds way greater than 15%. So someone who's on your chicken list, someone who you've been wanting to join Isagenix for a long time, I want you to just message them and say, hey, I know I've been talking to you Isagenix for a while. This is the deal you do not want to sleep on. 40% off retail. This sounds as good as Black Friday. We've got some 30 days happening right now. No cleansing involved. Hop on the phone with me. When can you do this? Okay. 1, 2, 3. You've got a Moringa text. You've got a free shipping text, and you've got a 15% off, really 40% off retail. Okay. Ready, set, go. All right, guys, way to go. If you have not completed these, then we're going to end off with plenty enough time that you can get them done before you go to sleep tonight. I want to see your faces. Unless you are naked or on the toilet or driving, because I want you to be safe, I would love for you to turn on your video. If you're naked, please keep it off. That's just awkward. And if you're on the toilet, definitely keep it off, okay? But if you're sitting in your bed, if you don't have your makeup on, if you don't have your hair done, I don't give a rat's. I want to see your face. Whoever iPhone is with the red hair, I appreciate that you just turned that on. Look how gorgeous you are in your glasses, okay? Or if you're putting a baby to bed, sometimes that's my excuse. That one's a good one, all right? Hi, Daniela. Look, you look fabulous. Good to see you guys. So I want to just tell you guys, I got off the top 100 call, top 200 call. I don't even know what it is anymore. Top leadership call. Hi, Denise. And they had asked me to close it out. And when they asked me to do this a few weeks ago, I was like, are you sure? Like we haven't really, like, things have been a little crazy in like the Frierson house with like a baby compared to where they used to be. And actually coming out of celebration, things are really turning around, and the growth that we're having and some new builders and new excitement. And it felt really, really, really aligned. And what I ended with was that you just have to know why you do this business. I'm telling you, we could teach you the ins and the outs of the what's and the how all day long. And most people aren't going to do anything because they don't know why they're doing it, and they don't have an excitement and enthusiasm. However, when you have excitement and enthusiasm, then you stop caring about the what and the how because you just are in action, and it just kind of falls into place. So the first thing I want to tell you is, like, stop overcomplicating this. Okay. Hi, Miss Laura. Stop overcomplicating this, right? I want you guys to just have fun with it. And last week when Jessica interviewed all these people at Brand Partner, and I closed it out just being like, come on, right? Like, we all love Isagenix. This company has changed our life in so many ways that it's time to go like light the streets on fire about our products, about the science that we have behind them, about the company, about the compensation, about the community, about the culture. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? They were just talking about the vision tour, which I know many of you attended. Ashley was speaking at, Jess was there, Denise was there. And it's like a fireside chat with the chief visionary officer and the CEO. Like, it does not get better than that. So all of that to say, if I could have $1 for every time I said, put me in a group message, put me in a group message, put me in a three-way message, put me in a message, you guys, it would outpay me way more than Isagenix ever has. I mean, today alone, I think I've said it 15 times, right? Just put me in a message. Just put me in a message. So I want to talk to you about what I honestly think is like one of the most important parts about PVC to get all of our enrollments up, especially with these promotions. So many of you know P is for photo, V is for video, C is for cart, right? Jessica and her team did an amazing job training on this a couple years ago, and a lot of people had the visualization and it was a lasting training. People buy things from emotional results, right? They need to see the transformation. I could sit here all day long as a nutritionist and be like, oh, it's marine collagen and it's type 1 and it's sealed and it comes from Scandinavian waters and blah, 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 blah. No one wants to care, right? No one cares. No one wants to listen. If I were to tell someone to go to a restaurant, like Denver has all these Michelin star restaurants now. And I was like, oh, the chef went from here and they used the blah, blah, blah. Like they don't care. But if I say this place is bomb, the views are amazing, you're going to have cocktails like you've never experienced, and all the hottest people in Denver are there, for sure you're going to see a football player or a basketball player. Everybody wants to go, right? And so when you come back to the collagen, when you come back to the weight loss, when you come back to our product, if you just say, Brandy Brokaw, I love you for this. Y'all got to see this. It's bananas, right? People know that there's really not bananas there, but they are excited. They're like, what is it? Tell me more about it. Show me. No one really cares at that point where it's coming from, how fast it's sealed, how much is in it. They go, oh, whatever I have to do to look like Ann White and Holly Kirsch, sign me up, right? Whatever I have to do to look like Anna and Sherry, sign me up. I'm all on board. So I want you guys to really get back to not being the expert, right? Not feeling like you've got to be the scientist, if you've got to know everything, but just show the things that people need to see. Someone messaged me today about the 30-day with no cleansing, and they were like, can I really get results with this? And I sent them a picture of myself, super sweaty, just got off my workout, okay? Like no makeup, like all the hormonal acne still going on, right? And I just said, I haven't cleansed in 2 years and I'm leaner now than I was before I had the baby, right? Like it works, right? Like the shakes work. And she just said, oh my gosh, you look great. And I said, do this with us, right? I didn't think I looked that great at the moment, but it was vulnerable and I sent a photo, okay? People ask me all the time about collagen. You know whose pictures I send? Kim Monstrom's. I send Denise. I send Laura's. You guys have heard me say this. The collagen changed my hair. It is longer than it was when I wore extensions right now. But people want to see the eyes. They want to see the sunspots. They want to see the wrinkles, right? I use the people that have had bananas results with it. So that's the first step. The second is the videos. If you guys have not been on isogenicsbusiness.com, look around at some of the training. It has been so next level and totally, totally given a facelift. Here's the other thing. Google's amazing. Okay. Kathy Durnick, I know you're on here, so I love you. So she messaged in our group thread the other day. She said, does anybody have an Isogenics hair revival video? So I knew one, a new Isogenics hair revival is actually what she said. So I went to Google, I typed in Isogenics hair revival and I clicked on videos and then it sorts by most recent. And I sent her a screenshot. I said, hey, look at all these new ones from 2023 and 2024. I'm happy to help you all, but I want you guys to realize I'm not that smart and I surely don't have every single video on my phone. I have a lot of them, but I know where to find them, okay? Here's the coolest thing. We just got off the top 300 call, 200, whatever this leadership call is, and our new chief information officer, CIO, I can never get that right, our techie guy, this guy's the bomb, by the way, but he said something fascinating. He said, I actually laughed at this. They were looking at the calls and 53% of customer service issues call in. And he's like, people want self-service. They don't want to pick up the phone and talk to anybody. They want to be able to figure out the answers on their own. And I was laughing because like half the time I'm so annoyed with like an automated system. I'm like, does anybody work somewhere? Like I just want to talk to a person. But if like I'm the minority and majority of people want to do self-service, I bring this up because why are you taking orders? Like that's the old school way. Like, do you know how awkward it was to like be in a coffee shop and like try to like whisper and get someone's social and write down their credit card and be like, where am I going to throw this away that like I'm not going to have identity theft issues? Like someone's like, I want to order and I text them the stuff I need and I send them the link, right? So this is the system, photo, video, cart. Now I want you guys to remember the excitement and the enthusiasm part about this, okay? So if I just send a bunch of pictures and no information about it, no one even knows what it's there, right? But if I'm like, look at Kim's results, like I've never seen anything like this. We talk about Spanx for the whole body, aging in reverse. It's 100% money back guaranteed. Plus it's 40% off retail this week. Like, what are you waiting for, right? All they heard was 40% off retail and what are you waiting for, okay? You gotta be excited about this. Send the photos. You guys take like 5 minutes when you are like sitting in carpool lane, when you're late at night having a glass of wine, and make some folders on your phones. Collagen, Celotois, weight loss, just make a few. You don't have to put all 9,000 pictures in there. Just have your go-tos so that on the fly, when someone asks you, you're ready to send it. in my notes app. If anybody wants this, I'll share it to you. Kari was so sweet. A couple weeks ago, she's like, hey, would you mind sharing that with me? Yes, it's not rocket science. Anybody can have it. I happen to have all the videos that I use in one notes app, so I can just go to that and buy the, or click on the, the 20% Pib one, or click on the collagen one, or click on the Celatol one, or whatever it may be. Use the videos. If there's one thing I could redo from my build early on, was not to be the know-it-all nutritionist. Because people will, oh my gosh, do I have to know all that to do this? No, they need to know what it tastes like, and they need to know how it feels. Okay. So use your videos. And then the cart. Stop getting the information. Have your carts ready. The recommended carts have changed. Make sure you've got your new ones up to date and people are ready to go. Here, you can check out your convenience, use your verbiage with it. Here's your cart. You're going to see your initial order. It's 25% off retail. It comes with free shipping. Don't change it. This is set up to get you the deepest discount today. You will see a placeholder for next month. That's your subscription. It can be changed or edited at any time, but right now this saves you the most amount of money. So check out that way. I will walk you through how to edit your subscription should you want to continue or not continue, okay? Give them certainty that you know what's happening, that they don't go, what is this NAD thing coming next month? I didn't want that, right? Like no one wants to be on the reactive part of that. Walk them through it, tell them what's happening, and they're going to be really excited about this. Now, I have 12 minutes left, Jess. Don't worry, I'm under control. So I started this with how many times a day do I say, put me in a group message, put me in a group message, put me in a group message, put me in a group message. I honestly think that this is one of the greatest arts of network marketing. And it's lost sometimes with PVC, or people feel like they want to do it all on their own. You guys, I put people in group messages all the time. I've been doing this for 11 years. Laura Lori's in one right now. Emily Sutherland's in one right now. Jessica Rigner's in one right now. She texted me tonight. She was like, gosh, I'm talking to this girl with Beachbody. And I said, throw me in a message with her, right? Like, I'm excited right now. People want to be around enthusiastic energy. You have to leverage your team. So the amount of time going back and forth, right? If I tell you and you tell them, and then they come back and then they come to me, and then we go back and like, especially trying to schedule something, for the love of Pete, if you take your time with this, by the time you come back to me, guess what? My schedule has now filled that spot. So I really want to empower you guys to set up group messages all along the way with prospects, with business builders, with unhappy people that want to do returns, and adapt this. Like, this is the culture. This is the next step. This is how we do it, and don't make it weird. I will tell you, if there's one thing that makes my skin crawl, and there's people on here that you know it because you've recently done it, and like, oh, well, they haven't really agreed to being in a message yet. I'm like, why did you even ask them? Like, I would never be like, hey, if you want, I'll put you in the message with my friend Jessica Rigner, who's like the ultimate closer, right? Like, no, nobody wants to have that experience. But when I put someone in a message with Jessica and I just am like, hey, I know that you've been hearing me talk about Isogenics, but I've got to introduce you to one of like my absolute best friends, like my queen running partner. You've got to hear it from somebody else besides me. And then I tell Jess, like, oh my gosh, you're going to love Denise. She's so fun. We were working out, at the gym together, and her energy is amazing. And I just wanted her to meet us because I know we'd be friends in life. Like, if we could all go grab wine, we'd do it. But the best thing I can do right now is plug her into Isogenics, right? Like, Denise gets 2 for 1. Who would you not want to do this with? I don't know if she's on here. I hope she's on here. But one of my new little rock stars, she's a hairdresser. She's an overwhelmed kind of new mama. She texted me today, was like, I just don't think Isogenics is for me. And I'm like, because I see her future. Like, I know what it's like if you push through these wall kicking moments, but I can't let her just hear it from me. It doesn't offer the third party validation. So you know what I did? I put her in a message with Laura, and I said, Laura, my blue energy, I needed her to love on her because I'm just a red energy, right? And I was like, tell her what would have happened if you had given up on year 1. Tell her, like, the first time you had a launch party, nobody came, right? Anyone ever had a launch party that no one came to? I think I'm about to have one on Wednesday night, straight up, right? I actually am 100%. I'm like, wow, my last one had like 15 people at it, and I think this one's going to have nobody at it. It's okay. You keep going, right? But I wanted her to see the community. I had someone the other day that was on all kinds of fish burps from the new Pure plant, right? Thank you, Dr. Paul, for reformulating that, because apparently it's a problem. I'm still on prenatals. But I put in a message with someone else who overcame the hurdle. They figured out how to use them. They're feeling great. So these group messages are everything. I want you guys to really, really, really practice. Like, I will tell you that early on, when Janie would say, just let's do a 3-way call with them. And I was like, why is this person that doesn't know you? Why are we all going to get on the phone? And I will tell you, I used to think they're going to feel sold But the other thing that kept me from doing this was my freaking ego, because I was like, I know everything. I don't need her. I could do this all on my own. But I really didn't need her because I was texting her a gazillion questions while I was on the phone with them. And once I realized how hard of a way that is to do that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do the group messages. Everybody else can close all my people. Let everybody else chime in, right? And I'm going to leave you with two little pieces of etiquette. Now that you're all going to get back to doing it, because you're all going, man, I haven't put people in group messages in a while, or I haven't done that. And time to start utilizing our leaders and doing some group messages. Here's my two pieces of etiquette. And someone write these down in the chat and somebody remember them, because we will teach you this to nauseam. If you send a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8-minute voice memo, I'm not listening to it. Most people are not listening to it. That's a phone call. Really, anything more than 60 seconds should be a phone call. Now, let's put this into perspective. I'm working in the pockets of time. I have a 1-year-old. If I look down at my phone and I have 10 3-minute voice memos, I now feel like I need 30 minutes of time to respond to those, right? I look down, I hope she's on here. Charlotte sent me 2 messages between the top call and this call. One was 29 seconds, one was 19 seconds. I was like, oh my gosh, right? Like, boom, like we can handle this. I listened, I responded. We're both on our way right now. There is a time and place that they need to be a little bit longer, but your standard messages, you guys, a minute, 90 seconds tops. If you are all over the place, the person listening to it has now checked out and the prospect has surely checked out, because they are not bought into this culture, the community, the products, the hype yet. They just hear us rambling. So short and succinct, create curiosity, keep it fun. That is etiquette number 1. Etiquette number 2, please be aware of how many people are in the group message. Okay. So if you do a group message, it is the prospect, it is you, and one other person. On an exception, on an absolute exception, because you like need like double whammy, there are 2 experts in there. Okay. This is what happens. The prospect is over here and they feel like they're in a batting cage because the 8 people are like do 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 do, and everybody else in that message has to listen to everything, because I'm like, I don't want to say what Laura just said or what Emily said or what Kathy just said, and I want to just say what I want to say, but now I need an extra 9 minutes to listen to the whole conversation. And guess what happens? That message goes away and it loses the value. So you guys know PVC, photo video cart, okay? Use the photos, be excited about it. Use the videos, send the cart. Don't forget to follow up. I had a girl the other day, she's like, I sent out like 3 cart links and like no one's done anything. You guys, if it was that easy, you just send a cart and they check out, like holy bejesus, like we'd all be billionaires, right? Life happens. I can't even tell you how many times I say I want to do something and I'm really interested in it, but I have a 1-year-old and I run another business and life happens and I have like nursing brain. And then someone's like, hey, were you going to do this? I'm like, yes, I absolutely was. I completely forgot. Do you know how many items are in my Amazon cart that I have full intentions of buying, but something happens? It's not because I don't want to buy it. It's because I'm distracted and I'm doing like 9,000 things at once. So when people don't buy your cart right away, it's not that they're not interested. Don't make it a big story. Just say, hey, if you're like me, you probably have a lot of things in your Amazon cart that you forgot to check out on. I sent you the link. I didn't want you to forget about it. I want you to get these products in, especially while they're on discount. Don't forget to check out tonight. Like, don't be afraid to follow up with people and don't make it weird. If you make it weird, they're weird. If you're not weird about it and you want them to buy the best products they've ever put in their body, then follow up with them. Use these group messages, okay? Please, please, please use these group messages. Utilize the team. Have your people for who's pregnant, who's nursing, who had a weight loss story, who had a collagen story, who has a business story, who has a community story. Like, have your tribe of like, who are the people you go to. Also give back. Make sure that you're just not taking, that you're also giving messages back and supporting people along the way. And the last thing I'm going to teach you and talk to you about tonight, and I have 3.5 minutes left and we're all done tonight, is don't forget about 1, 2, 3. So you get these people, you guys, if you know anything about sales, anything about business, the number one thing that everybody needs is new customers and they need retention. We can work on our business, we can work on the marketing, we can work on the organization, we can work on personal development and everything ad nauseum in between. But if you want to make a lot of money, you need to have new customers and then you need to keep those customers. So all the work it takes to get a customer, doing the launch party, doing the 3-way message, sending the video, doing a event, right? Following up with them, sending them the cart, everything. Then what happens? If these people enroll and then you send them to the wolves, they're not going to reorder and they're not going to share with their friends and they're not going to post on social media, right? Because they didn't know to and they felt abandoned. I want you to check in with your people. If they're doing weight loss and they're doing nutrition, make sure that they're drinking ionics and not cleanse. Make sure they know that there's real food on shake days and there's only the isogenics, approved snacks on cleanse days. If they're doing the collagen, make sure they know to do one in the morning, one later on for absorption. If they're doing the adaptogens, tell them not to shake the bottle. Do you know how people shake it like the collagen and then they have like rose water all over them? It's not the perfume they intended for in the morning. Like, take care of them and walk them through what you want them to do next. So just like with the prospecting and just like we use the tools, when they enroll, I am so excited for you to get your box. I'm so excited for you to be welcome to this community. I'm so excited for your transformation. While you wait, do me a quick favor. Go to welcome-to-isagenix.com, scroll down, learn how to take your pictures, watch this 2-minute video. You guys, it's by like Steve Foxwell right now. Like, come on, who doesn't want to look at Foxy for like 2 minutes? And say, let me know if you're a 1, 2, or 3. Then you know. And if they're a 1, love on them and make sure they have a great product experience. If they're a 2, spend 5 minutes with them, help them create their recommended carts, upgrade them to associate, teach them you share, they share. And if they're a 3, get them on the call with somebody who can cast the vision to them and draw out the compensation plan and lock arms with them for a minimum of 90 days. It is not that hard. But if you guys have enrolled a lot of people and not done a 1, 2, 3 and figure out what to do with them, then don't be upset right now that they haven't reordered. That's your responsibility. That's you being a leader, whether you have a downline of 1 or 100,000. That's part of what you've got to do, is taking care of your people. So I love you guys. We're going to end with like a minute early, but reach out to us. Have fun with these promotions. Please use the systems. Please do the 3-way calls. Remember, if they're a 1, 2, 3 and whatever they answer, don't push them if they're not more than that. Pour belief in them and support them every step of their journey. Have so much fun, you guys. Good night. We'll see you in a week.